Hey guys, how are y'all doing today? I hope that you all had a wonderful Easter. And I hope that you had time to rest your brains, sharpen the saw, spend time with your family and friends because now it is time for us to get those brains ready for kindergarten. We just have a few more weeks together, stretching those brains, learning all the things that our brains need for kindergarten. So, this week we'll be playing some fun games to help those brains stretch. Some fun math games, some fun letter games, maybe even some word games, okay? So today we are going to use some of those materials that I dropped off in your Easter bucket. One of those things is our dry erase boards, which Miss Bickham has the big dry erase board. So I can write on here and you can write on your board. In your Easter bucket, you should have had a dice. I have my big dice so everybody can see on my video, but you should have a small dice. And your dry erase marker to do some writing today. All right, so we are going to get started by writing a sentence. Yes, a sentence. Do y'all remember what that is? It begins with a capital letter and it ends with a period. And remember, we put somebody in between our words. Who do we put in between our words? That's right, Spaceman. And since we don't have Spaceman at our house, guess what we can use? Our finger, because our finger is the same size as Spaceman, okay? So, at the very top of your board, you're going to write this sentence. You're going to start at the left, and you're going to write from left to right, okay? So, you are going to write the sentence, that's our first word. Let's put our space, use your finger, rolled, R-O-L-L-E-D, I rolled, get that space, new word, that's our new word, space, and we're going to write a line. I'm going to put a period at the end. So I rolled a blank, okay? Now, when we roll our dice, that's what we're going to do today when we play our game. We're going to roll our dice. Whatever number we roll, we're going to write it in this blank. So that sentence is going to help us to remember what number we rolled on our dice, okay? Now, after we roll our number, we are going to count. But guess what? We're going to use something special to help us count. Now, we've seen this before, okay? Do you remember what that's called? Well, there's one way we can figure out what it's called. We can count the squares that we see. Let's count those squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do you remember what we call that? You got it. It's a tens frame. So, on your board, you can draw a tens frame. So you're going to draw a big rectangle, and then you're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, and then you're going to make one big line in the middle. And now you have a 10 frame, just like I have a 10 frame on my board. Okay? Now we have one more sentence to write. Are you ready? Okay, so we're going to write I, remember we start at the left, space, need, start that one with an N, N-E-E-D, I need, space, blank, so this is what we're going to be trying to figure out, I need blank to, T-O, to, space, make, M-A-K-E, I need blank to make 10, period. So, we have a lot of work to do. We have to roll our dice. We have to write the number. Then we have to count that many in our 10 frame. And then this one is really tricky. We have to figure out how many more we would need to get to 10, to make 10. Do you think you can do it? Ooh, I think we are going to really have to use our brains today. And I think when we're finished playing this fun game, our brains are going to be stretchy, and I think they're going to be ready for kindergarten too. Okay? So if you have this on your board, you are ready to play my game. Okay? Now, I'm going to play it a few times to show you how we play it. And then guess what? You can play all by yourself because you have everything you need. You have your sentences, you have your tens frame, and you have your dice. Now, let me tell you something. With this 10 frame, you can draw with your marker how many you roll on your dice, or if you want, you can find some things around your house that you can count. So you may want to count something in your kitchen. Maybe you have some little pieces of candy that will fit in the tens frame. Maybe you have some beans. Maybe you have some coins. Can you think of something else that you have around your house that you could fit in your 10 frame? It has to be something that's small, something that will fit in your squares. And of course, your squares are a little bit smaller than Miss Bickham's because your board is a little bit smaller. So think about what you could use to count. If you want to draw with your marker, you can do that too. Miss Bickham has circles. I have circles that will fit into my 10s frame. So I'm going to show you using circles. Are you ready? All right. I am going to roll the dice and I'm going to stick it up here so you can see what number we roll. Okay? All right. What number did I just roll? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I am going to write the number 4. I rolled a 4. Down, across, and down some more. That's the way to make a 4. Okay? I don't know how well this dice is going to stick up here. Okay, so if it falls, it's okay. I'll pick it back up. All right, so I am going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 circles in my 10 frame. Okay, so you can do that in your 10 frame on your board. You can draw circles like this if you want. Or remember what I said, if you have some things around your house that you could use for counting, you could do that too. Okay? So here's the tricky part. Now that we've rolled our dice, now that we've written our number, now that we've counted out 4, we have to figure out how many more we would need to make 10. How could I figure that out? Oh, well, our 10 frame has 10 squares. If we have 4 of them already filled up, well, guess what? We can count the empty ones to see how many more we would need to make 10. Can you help me do that? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many more would I need to make 10? You got it. I would need 6 more around the bowl and make it mix. That's the way to make a 6. So if you think about it, this is kindergarten work. This could be addition. If I add 4 and 6 more, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then I have 10. I could write it like this. 4, can y'all see that? Yeah. Plus 6 equals 10. I bet y'all didn't think y'all were going to be doing kindergarten work today, did you? Well, guess what? Some of you are ready for that. Some of you are ready to challenge your brain and get it ready for kindergarten, okay? Now, we could play this game again, couldn't we? Sure. Do we need to erase all of this? No. All we need to do is erase that number 4. We can keep our sentence. We can erase that number 6. And we can erase our addition sentence. All right, so let's play one more time. We're going to take all of these circles out. So if you drew circles, you can erase them carefully so you don't erase your 10 frame. If you accidentally erase it, you can draw it back. Very easy to do. All right. Now we can do it again. Y'all ready? All right. I'm going to roll the dice. I am going to stick it up here so you can see. What did I roll this time? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some of you may have to still count with your finger. Some of you may be able to subitize. Remember, think quick. Say the number in the set, okay? So I rolled a 5. Put on a hat. Take a dot. Make a big round belly. Now that's a 5. Okay, so now we have to count 5 in our 10 frame. So you can draw circles, you can draw squares, triangles, rectangles. You can use, you can use objects from your house. Okay, whatever you want to do. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that was the easy part. We wrote the number 5. We counted 5. Now, how many more do we need to make 10? Some of you may already know the answer to this. If we have 5 in our 10 frame, then how many more do we need to make 10? You got it. Let's just count the ones that are empty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We know that 5 and 5 more make 10. So we can write, I need 5 to make 10. We need 5 more. Could we make this into an addition problem? Sure we can. 5 plus 5 equals, how many? Easy peasy. 10. you how to do those. Do you think that you could do more on your own? Sure you can. All you have to do is use your dice, roll the dice, write how many you rolled, fill in your 10 frame, and then figure out how many more you would need to make 10. I think you can do this all by yourself. And you know what? There's some other things you could do too. You could also write the tally marks to count your number. So, if you rolled the number 5, you could practice writing your tally marks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put on the seatbelt. That makes 5. Okay? So there's one other thing you could do if you'd like to with this activity. All right, guys, I hope that you have fun rolling your dice, practicing your numbers, practicing counting, and getting those brains ready for kindergarten. I'll see you later. Bye.